Hey everyone,
Hey guys,
how we doing?
how y'all doing?
You need to
What's that
answer how are
from?
you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing
Lovely
good.
shirt that you've got on there.
Thanks. I feel like our color palette goes quite well.
Yeah.
What is it? Pastel? No.
Yeah, I'd say it's more pastel.
Pastel.
I would say we're not
Pastel
really
vibes.
pastel people though. Would you say?
The
say
only
we're more
pastel
like
I do like
boosh.
is that yellow. I've got a few things in that color.
I think this is
But yeah, more of a bright.
I think this is the colour of the summer.
Oh wow.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Color of the summer. You heard it here first.
But again, for audio listeners, it's like pale yellow.
Yeah.
Just seeing a lot of people wearing
Yeah.
the pale yellow.
I do love it.
It's just great.
It's summer vibes.
So I think we should just dive in straight away with
Shall
this
we?
week's
Should we
episode.
dive on in? Okay. It's going to be a laugh, I think, this
It
one.
is. Bit more lighthearted.
Bit more lighthearted. It's just us having a lull. Because today we are talking all about amber flags in friendships.
Do we all know what an amber flag is?
I didn't until you first said this, I think.
Okay.
Like I hadn't seen it. Well, obviously I can work out what it is, but I hadn't heard the phrase. So,
Yeah.
So could you just clarify, Soph, the flag system?
So the flag system, obviously, we've got green flag, which
flags.
is very much impressed, good.
Positive thing that someone's done.
Yes, and this could be in the context of a relationship that's romantic, or it could be a friendship.
Anything, really.
It could be a parent.
Work.
Green
Could
flags
be,
and
there's just green flags to point
your
out.
teacher.
You know,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so you've got green flag. Then we're going all the way to the other end of the scale. We've got the red flags. We all know what a red flag is.
A red flag is quite a serious cause for concern.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it. You might, be getting to know a guy and something's come up and it's a bit of a red flag. It's
But that's like we're leaving.
yeah, like actually this isn't a vibe.
We're
Or,
getting out of the situation.
Again, it could be any scenario. There's just something that is like it's sending alarm bells. That's
It could
what I
be
would
like
describe it
red
as.
flags in your boss and you're
Yeah.
like, I've got to get out of this job. We all know what that is. I don't know why we're explaining it. But amber flag, we're in the middle. Red, amber, green. We know the system, the traffic light system. Amber it's not awful, but it's not great.
But I also, for me, an amber flag is like quite funny. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what it is, even if it is in a serious context, it's quite funny because you're like trying to determine, is this like, could this turn into a red flag or not? Like, is this like...
Is it that deep?
Is it that deep or not? And I think everyone will have different opinions on whether something's an amber flag,
And I think there's more discussion to be had. Because I think the red and the green flags are quite clear.
Yeah, amber's where it's at, guys.
It's the grey area in between.
Yes.
So we are going to be looking at some amber flags in friendship.
More just for a lull, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite funny. We started discussing it and we were laughing. And we're mainly looking at this in relation to our friendship, i.e. things that, like, I don't know, other girl best mates might do or other close friendships might, do. And we maybe would or wouldn't, and why not? And whether that's a cause for concern.
Yeah.
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 So should we jump straight in?
Yeah.
What is one amber flag you think
Amber flag
occurs?
One amber flag in
girl
friendship.
friendships?
I'm gonna say, I don't know why I said it in that voice. A big one for me that I would maybe see girls chatting about or happens in girl friendships is posting pictures that you look great in or they look great in. One party looks great in. The other party, they're slipping. They may be looking a bit crusty. Maybe their hair's not done quite right.
Or it's just
maybe one
full
eye
on,
shut.
yeah, like, or it's just full on like a mugshot where it's
Yeah.
just like you've caught them at a bad angle, whatever.
Yeah, and they've backed it.
Yeah,
It's on the grid. It's not even a story. It's on the grid, which means it's remaining. It's in your tagged photos now. You are gonna have to go in and tag yourself. But I think where's the consideration?
I think there has probably been times in all of our lives where we've done that. We've looked back at a photo, maybe it's from a holiday, event, whatever, and you're like, flip, like, I look quite good in that. Or like, wow, that's a lovely photo of myself. Sometimes probably even blind us on to the point where you've not even looked at anyone else in the photo. You're just like, that is it.
Yeah.
Straight up it goes. And then, your friend's on the other side of the phone thinking,
You snake.
yeah, well, it's all well and good for you, looking stunning in that photo. What about me?
But I'd say what is hard about this is, I think our perception, and not to get super deep, but I think our perceptions of ourselves can be
different. Yeah.
So like I could look at a picture of you and think, oh, Rachel looks, maybe I'm not thinking that's the best you've ever looked.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that is just what you look like and you look fine.
Cool.
But you are thinking, oh, I'm picking out my arms look weird there. And like, oh, I don't quite like, my smile's a bit weird. And where it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, babes, but that is just what you look like.
Well, what I would say is for me, growing up at school, I think this was a lot more of a deeper thing back then. Like I really remember, you know, even like the approval process prior to photos going up online of, or the actual anger and arguments that could come out afterwards. And I think there probably just came a point for me with social media. I think using it less in general anyway, but also just like, I just can't control always what things are going to go online. Like there's definitely a line for me now, like swimwear, anything of that. Like, no, I do think, you know, actually I don't want that online and that's okay to say to a friend. But you know where it's like, oh, it just is what it is. And at the end of the day, the people who follow this friend probably know what I look like anyway. So it's not like it's like, oh, flip, wait, what? Like, you know, you're always viewing it through a worse perspective, through a worse like perception.
But I do remember again growing up, if the text came through like, take that picture down, thinking, but it's already got 30 likes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get those 30 likes back if I take it down and re-upload.
And also, I personally would just err on trying to have the perspective of like, if a friend tells you to like delete a pic because they don't love it, I don't know, maybe just delete it. Like in terms of like, is it that deep as well? It's Instagram versus real life.
Oh, so true.
Emotions. So
true.
Okay, anyway, right, next one. What are you saying about girls that hold hands in their friendship? And I'm going to group kiss into this as well.
So girls that are holding hands and kissing.
So
is this an amber flag? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
me?
Is this an amber flag? I'm not saying that they're kissing like all the time. I'm saying I do think probably for a lot of girl friendships,
the lips have touched at some point.
Yeah, or like on a night out, we're gonna like again
we've kissed.
Yeah, not to make it like, oh, we're gonna like really properly kiss, but I do think probably a lot of girls will like have a little peck.
Also, it's also not in the context of like, it's a Friday night, you've come round to my flat to watch a film and we're kissing on the sofa.
Yeah. No.
It's in a silly moment. No, just again, but I don't know, maybe some people are doing it. No, as in, I'm not saying that we're doing that, but I'm just saying, I think most girls also aren't doing that.
Is it an amber flag?
I would feel... Weirdly, I'd feel more uncomfortable holding hands than like on a night out or like it's a spur of the moment. Oh, you've given me a kiss on the lips.
Yeah.
But, I'm just like, why are we holding hands? Linking arms. Crack on.
Yeah.
I love a link arm.
But this is where it's so interesting because for other girl friendships, it's like it's just what's normal. In our friendship, it's never been normal to do either of those things. Like. We don't hold hands and we don't kiss.
Have you seen those TikToks and stuff where it's like us thinking, why are no boys approaching us? And then it's like, this is what we're doing. And it's like these girls just that are friends just all
holding
over each
hands.
other, like on a night out, like hugging, hanging off each other.
But I also do know, even like, I know people where it's also like to do with love language and tactileness.
That's so true.
I'm just not very like that. So
No, you're not.
I wouldn't really love to just sit and hold hands with you, to be honest. Would you? I still don't think you would, even though you are more tactile than me.
No,
yeah,
I don't know.
But lots of people do. So I'm.
But I think for me, there's just so many other things you can do. I just don't get why we're holding hands. That's also.
I think it's just how you feel about. Yeah, like it's just not something I've ever done before. Like held hands with friends, but like genuinely, a lot of people do. So
if like let's say. We were like watching a film and I went and reached for your hand. No, genuinely, what would you do if we're sat, let's say I've come around and we're watching a film and I just like reach for your hand and then you kind of go, oh, and I say, oh, could I just hold your hand? Like I'm completely serious. What would you say?
Well, if you're being completely serious, I'd probably hold it for like 10 seconds, then remove my hand.
What if I said no? Like I
no,
just
then
really
I'd
need
just be
this
like,
today.
I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to do that. I'll give you a hug.
That is an amber flag for you if I'm reaching for your hand.
Yeah, and maybe that's quite like selfish, but like
that is. What if I needed that on that day?
No, yeah, well, you might, there's got to be lines. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Is that a boundary in our friendship that you're not willing to cross?
okay, anyway, next one.
Okay. Some people may say this is an amber flag. We're going to put it up for discussion. Sharing a toothbrush.
Right. The reason that we're saying this is because last week, Soph was round on our podcast day and she was getting ready to go somewhere at the end of the day. And I was in the kitchen, minding my own business. She went into my bathroom. Then like about, a minute later, I just hear the sound of an electric toothbrush. And I'm just there like at first probably not noticing it. And then my conscience kind of kicks into play and I'm like, oh, Soph's brushing her teeth with an electric toothbrush. Soph has not brought an electric toothbrush to my flat today because we're doing a podcast. Why would she have done that? And then I was just there like, she's using my toothbrush. And for me, I have to say that's probably a line. I don't let my boyfriend use my toothbrush. I don't let anyone use my toothbrush. It's just not that it's a hugely deep thing. I just wouldn't do that. Like, I'm just like, oh, at the end of the day, it is cleaning your teeth. I know some people would be like, yeah, so it's clean because it's in your mouth. But like, for me, that is just a personal hygiene kind of boundary. And I was stood here, I was like, when you're like, I don't really know like what to say because I don't want to, like, if you had used it. So anyway, I was like, Soph, are you using my toothbrush? Like trying to sound really chill. She's like, no, I brought my own. I was like, oh, praise the Lord, please the Lord. But I was like, if she is using it, I'm not going to make it into a massive thing. I'll probably just say when she comes out, oh, maybe don't use my toothbrush. Like, I don't let my boyfriend
burning the toothbrush.
Use my toothbrush. Like, I can buy you like a manual one that you can use if you want one here. Like, so yeah, for me, it's a no.
I just think you're quite closed.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Like you're not holding as in like I think you're quite like I don't like you wouldn't share a toothbrush, you wouldn't share pants, would you? We can put that on the list. That's going to be the next one.
No. As in clean pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, you would. But I just think
I'm pretty sure I've worn your pants before.
Really? I didn't know that. When?
Like as in over the years I would have borrowed maybe a clean pair of pants.
Okay.
If you're handing me a pair of pants and like they've got
Yes, I'm not going to give you dirty pants.
No, but yeah, like I'd be fine with that. A washing machine, it's about cleanliness, not the holding hands thing.
Yeah.
But like, if something's clean, I've got absolutely no problem. Like, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I don't think it's that weird to not want to share my toothbrush.
Okay, let's put it to the people.
Well, so you would share your toothbrush?
Yeah, I literally don't care.
Yeah, fair.
I'll just take any old toothbrush.
Just to say, like, if it was desperate, like, I really need to brush my teeth, then I would say fine. But just like willy-nilly, I'm going to use your toothbrush, I'd be like, can you not?
Yeah, but not willy-nilly. But like, let's say I've come to your house to stay over. It's like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was an emergency.
But I wouldn't say that's an emergency, and I don't think you'd view that as an emergency. Like, I could go out into the world...
Or just happily go and buy you a toothbrush instead, to be honest.
Okay, fine. Okay. I mean, just to put it out there, if anyone wants to share my toothbrush, I'm fine with that. So
anyone.
Yeah. Okay, not anyone. But why is anyone in my house anyway with my toothbrush? Anyone I know can share my toothbrush. Okay, next one, which I've just thought of now, sharing pants. Because I know
we just discussed that.
No, but some people, what I didn't say is some people are literally like, sharing pants, are you joking?
But clean. They're literally clean.
That's what I've tried to explain to people. There's this thing called a washing machine that washes your clothes. But I think some people are just like, no, it's too personal.
Interesting. For me, that's not an issue.
It's a piece of cloth that's been cleaned.
It's a piece of cloth.
No, but what's the point in washing machines then? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. I don't.
I really don't. I don't get that.
Just to say that battery's flashing on our camera.
Yeah, it is.
What do we do?
We'll just power on.
Okay.
Hope for the best.
It's still recording.
Yeah. Okay. It's good to clear these things up. Next one.
Next one. I mean, we've touched on this before on our podcast, but the old Monzo request situation. Not accepting a Monzo request, basically. Is that an amber flag? Or not even not accepting full stop, but just taking ages. I'm not going to lie, like I wouldn't put it into like the amber flag, this is a real issue, but it does get on my nerves.
Yeah, but that's same as toothbrush. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. But as in like, let's say
mild amber.
On behalf of the group, I've taken one for the team and I've gone and I've spent quite a lot of money booking something for us all. And I'm like, we just kind of appreciate the Monzo request coming in. When someone takes like 9 days or whatever to accept that Monzo request, I'm like, it's not, it's not the end of the world. I might drop them a text like, can you accept that Monzo request? But like, yeah, it's more just like irritating slightly.
I think sometimes it's more when people think they can use you as like kind of personal credit card.
Yeah.
I'll pay that off at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Well, you spent that money last night.
Yeah.
So,
do you find it annoying?
I think for me, the worry would come in if I don't fully have confidence that they will at one point pay it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people are like, oh, like, I've not even kept track of my Monzo and it's like so far down that I'm just not going to accept it now. I probably don't really mind if like, I don't know, 2 months later, it's like, oh, they paid me for that thing.
I think
but it's more just like, but I'm sorry, I don't have the time to be chasing 15 people when we split a thing. Like it's more the life admin that then it is what annoys me, because I don't want to have to make a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be petty like, oh, you owe me 75p. And, I mean, again, it's your money. Fair enough if you want to do that. But I'm talking like, we've booked a holiday. You all owe me £100.
Yeah.
I don't have that money, so I will need it back. And I also don't have the time to chase you every week. Oh, could you pay me that? I think that's what annoys me, is more like, can you just pay me?
I would also just say it also depends on like people's budgeting systems, because like most people, a lot of people would like have their money for the month, so it's like if they're not getting paid back, then like, do you know what I mean? Like it just messes it all up. Like, so
yeah, come on.
Yeah, I would say that is kind of an amber flag personally.
Yeah, okay. Find my friends.
Find my friends. So just to clarify for anyone who doesn't know what that is, sharing your live location with a friend. Yeah. Which a lot of people do. Girlfriends. I think there's just a lot of
mixed opinions around it.
But we never have.
We never have. And we never will. No, joking. I actually don't really care.
Yeah.
As in, I don't like. I actually wouldn't.
We never will.
I actually wouldn't care. As in, I wouldn't care.
But do you use Find My Friend?
No.
So there we go. So therefore, like, you're not actually using it.
No,
so what we're talking about is the active use of Find My Friends in friendships. Like, would we actively
which is essentially like snap maps.
Yeah, like liken it to snap maps back in the day.
Honestly, there was people in my friendship group who got absolutely outed from snap maps.
Did you use snap maps?
Yeah, and I would quite enjoy using snap maps, to be honest.
Seeing where people were.
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
Yeah,
but it felt.
But I remember at times for me, for me personally, it's just always felt a little bit weird. Like, even whilst on snap maps, just knowing where people were, and like, I don't know, I feel like for me it's like I would just find myself on it like too often. I think, like, why am I on the map again? Like, what am I looking
I remember one time being on holiday and we, like, for whatever reason hadn't been able to charge our phones, and we were were in Spain, we were traveling from Barcelona to Valencia, like me and some of my friends from home. And she won't mind me saying this, my friend Paulina, literally, it's like her last act, her phone was on 1%. And I looked down at her phone and she's on flipping snap maps. Bearing in mind also, we're in Valencia. So it's not even like, we're in England and you're trying to see who's around. It's like, so with your last 1% of battery, you're going to look at where people are.
Quick check of snap maps, zooming into the UK.
She's like, bruv, you've got an addiction. So I guess it's just like a fascination and curiosity. But I guess the amber flag would come in if people are being too... demanding with them wanting to know more information than what they're getting.
Right, yeah. So like, oh, why are you in Mackey's? Who are you there with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, none of your business.
I think for us, it's just like, we know what each other are doing quite a lot of the time. We just don't need to see it live. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, it's not like we're secretive of what we're doing, how we're spending our time. Like, when we catch up or if we're texting throughout the day, it's like most of the time it's like, oh, yeah, I've been here, you've been there.
Yeah, I would never lie to you about where I've been anyway.
No, but it's just like, I personally, I don't know if we were made to see where each other
maybe not
were in our lives,
maybe
but
not.
It's open to interpretation, and technology allows us to do it, doesn't it?
Oh, so true. Okay, next one. when your friend doesn't reply to your message on the group chat.
Yeah, when you need some moral support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do we think we do this? I feel like we do this.
yeah.
Or not?
I think there have been times. No. But I think sometimes there's been like certain moments where
you need it.
I'm 98% sure that you'll come through, but I need 100% confirmation. So I have had to go on our text and say, Rach, I'm going to put this on. I need you to back me.
Although I
And I
actually
need you to
can't
come in
remember the
strong.
last time you did that.
I feel like we've done that quite a lot.
No,
recently.
but I don't feel like you're really like that. I feel like you just put something on and back it.
Yeah. But I think,
Or like occasion. I think like
no, but I think, do you know what? Sometimes you wanna give something a little push.
Okay, yeah. You want a bit of backup. Yeah.
You want people on board.
So the amber flag is when you're trying to rely on your friend to back you up and reply on things and they don't.
Well, I guess in an ideal world, you wouldn't have to be sending a text saying, back me on this. They should just be in a moment knowing, you should be knowing Soph's gone out there.
Soph's put herself out on a whim.
Yes, I'm there.
Let's
I'm doing
go.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Great idea, Soph.
Yeah, okay.
Can't believe I didn't suggest this.
Okay, I feel like that one's a bit more niche. So let us know, guys, if you relate.
But as in, like, I guess the amber flag would be, you just feel like they're not there for you in that moment.
Mate, yeah. Guys, got to be speedy on the old devices these days.
Yeah. No haste. I want a specialised ringtone so flip Soph's message and I need to respond.
Okay.
Any more from you?
To wrap up, which I can't remember. Maybe this has happened in our friendship. I'm going to broaden it a little bit. I was going to say when your best mate borrows your clothes and doesn't return them. But what about borrowing your clothes and they're coming back, I don't know, like not in A1
Sweat
conditions.
stains.
Yeah, or just like ripped or something like that. Not that, I don't think that's ever happened to us, has it?
No.
Oh no, have I? I feel like I actually might have. I feel like, was it your white jacket? But then I did get a stain out. I can't remember.
Oh, but that jacket's been through it.
Yeah.
Got soy sauce all over it.
Well, I guess when you lend someone clothes, you have to know there's a risk. But I think also it's just like, it is just a piece of cloth.
Like the pants.
Yeah, unless you really, really care about it. Maybe if you're in love with an item of clothing and you don't want any damage and it was expensive, then don't lend it out.
So true.
But like, yeah.
Okay, so what are we looking at? Are we looking at just borrowing and not giving back, or are we looking at damage? Because it's two quite different things.
Well, you can say your response to both.
I think they're not giving it back is just like...
That's just weird.
It's more just like, again...
Can I have it back?
You've let me down there. Especially if it's like...
Or you've lost it, like...
I think it's more like, if I'm asking for it back for the sake of...
No.
But it's not even if it's that deep. It's not even if it's that deep. It's more just like, let's say in my mind mentally, I've got a thing on Saturday. I want to wear that.
I mean that is a massive. That's arguably a red flag.
No,
for
but
me.
I'm not saying they've said no. I'm just saying you've forgotten it. Oh, so now I've been left. Let's say, okay, I'm seeing you on Thursday. Bring the clothes because I need it for Saturday. You haven't.
That was like me forgetting your keys.
Come see, come saw. That's fine. As in, like,
if it's an honest mistake.
Yeah, but
also, come on. It's like, come on. Okay.
What am I going to wear now?
Okay, and then damaging. I would expect if someone...
It's an accident.
No, but what I will say is just to, acknowledge it. I would at least like them to be like, oh, I'm really sorry that I've damaged it. Like, if you want me to, find a replacement or buy it, I can.
Yeah, it was £200.
Well, yeah. Borrow at your own risk, comes back with a hole, you're replacing it.
Yeah.
Insurance.
I guess the I mean, this would actually again be more of a red flag because it's like, well, you're just lying now. As if they gave it back damaged and then denied the damage.
Up scenarios.
Like if they denied the damage.
Yeah, like, oh, it was already there. Well, guess what? I took an in-depth video of the item of clothing like a car loan. And let me tell you,
report
there wasn't
any snags, any stitches
just
that have
to say, you brought back my top and there's a little bit of cotton hanging off the edge. If you could just sort that out for
that
me.
will be £50. Like the top was only £4.
I'll have to fine you for that if that's okay.
Fine.
Right. Those are the amber flags we're discussing today, guys. We would love to hear from you, some just wacky amber flags. That would be funny.
Yes. I guess, and again, it's all personal preference.
Personal
I
preference.
eat the toothbrush. I'm fine with that. You're not.
Yeah. Some people kiss, others don't.
We
Cool.
do.
We don't.
We have.
Okay, guys, there's one time at New Year's Eve where Soph kissed me. It was quite shocking. So shocking that I dropped my glass and it smashed. So that gives you insight into whether we
She
kiss.
just couldn't believe it. She was like, wow.
I was overcome.
Overcome with emotion.
Thank you for getting this far if you're still with us. And we'll see you in our
the
next episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.